Hello and welcome to the United Stand. This is your Manchester United daily transfer news on the United Stand, talking all the latest Manchester United news and giving it that real, honest fan opinion. So let's start off with Ander Herrera. We will be talking about Griezmann. We'll be talking about Keane. In fact, let's start off with the BBC. Now, some people have different opinions on the BBC, but I think when they talk about Manchester United, they're more right than most outlets there. And they were reporting last night that Jose Mourinho is probably only going to sign 3 or 4 people this summer. He's looking for quantity, not quality. I've got that wrong. He's looking for quality, not quantity. Which part, when I first read it, I was slightly disappointed because Griezmann, then they're mentioning Keane. So that's 2 of 3 or 4. Now, I'm not massive about Keane. I don't personally think Keane's a hell of a lot better than Chris Smalling. And I certainly think if we're signing a centre-back, it's got to be of the Varane, potentially one of the best centre-backs in the world. And I don't think Michael Keane, sorry, I think I always get them mixed up with Keane. I know who I'm talking about, he plays for Burnley. Michael Keane is the right one for Manchester United, and certainly not if he's going to take up 25%, if he's one of the 4 that we're going to sign. It slightly disappointed me. So I hope that the BBC are actually wrong on that, because if we're only signing 4, it's got to be 4 superstars, because that's quality. I don't see Michael Keane being a hell of a lot better than we've got. Certainly not Rojo or Bailly, and I'd argue he's not much better than somebody like a Smalling. And what we need is somebody who's better than Bailly. That's what we need. We need, absolute top quality, star quality to come in and play. And I think if we're only going to sign 3 or 4, that's what I'd be looking for. But let me start off. There's a lot to talk about. We've got an update on the Portuguese winger, Bruma. I'm going to talk a little bit about Griezmann as well, a little bit about Rooney. But let's start off with Herrera and Neymar. One at Manchester United, one at Barcelona. Now, this is far-fetched. If I said to you, Manchester United and Barcelona are discussing a deal that involves Herrera going to Barcelona and Neymar coming to Manchester United, you'd say, "What are you talking about, Mark? You're talking absolute nonsense." But it was mentioned a couple of days ago, wasn't it? Straight after the Europa League final, that Barcelona are interested in Herrera. We know that Edward would love to bring Neymar to Manchester United because he's one of the world superstars, and it would be massive for Manchester United, not just on the pitch, but massive off the pitch in relation to sales and publicity. It wouldn't be a straight swap, obviously, because one is worth a hell of a lot more than the other. But look, we've been talking about this for the last few weeks. There are players at the moment, of which Michael Keane is one, of which Alexis Sanchez is one, of which Ross Barkley is one, and a few others, who only have a year left on their contract. So their contract's up in the summer of 2018. So the clubs that have got those players, whether it's Arsenal with Sanchez, for example, they've got to do something this summer, because if they don't and they keep him on the same contract, come January, that player Sanchez can talk to another club and go for free. So they've either got to give him a new contract or they've got to sell him this summer. Ander Herrera has only got a year left on his contract. And I sort of knew this, but I had to double check it, because it's like, he has only got a year left on his contract. Why have we not got him on a new contract before this summer? I mean, it is baffling. It is absolutely baffling. And the reality is, if Herrera did want to go to Barcelona, we haven't got a hell of a lot of manoeuvrability on the deal, because he could just say, "Look, I'm happy at Manchester United. My dream's to go to Barcelona. If you don't let me go this summer, I'm happy to stay at United for another year, but in January I'll be going for free." That is the precarious situation we're in. And I think there's a few players at Manchester United like that, which we're going to discuss about over the weekend. But that is a dangerous situation for Herrera, because let's be honest, I'm going to probably shock a few people here, but I think a few Manchester United fans will be with me on this. Would you let Herrera go to get Neymar and 100 million? Because I wouldn't. I wouldn't even swap Herrera for Neymar. Now, people might say you're absolutely stupid, Mark, to say that. But I don't. People like Ander Herrera don't grow on trees. He gets what Manchester United's about. He was superb in the final, like he's been superb since Christmas. He was our player of the year. I probably wouldn't have gone for him for player of the year. I probably would have gone Valencia. But since Christmas, he has been our best player. So consistent, so tenacious, my favourite word for a midfielder. Chipping in with goals. He has been absolutely amazing. And Neymar's the better footballer, of course he is, but his attitude's probably not the same as Herrera, and you cannot buy that sort of attitude. I would not let Herrera go to Barcelona for anybody they've got there, because you know what? Attitude and understanding what Manchester United is about is far better than the best player in the world who's only here for the money, and I'm firm on that. So I don't want Herrera to go. Do I think Herrera would go to Barcelona? Look, unless he's hiding in his you know, deepest thoughts that Barcelona is his dream, and this is a very similar situation to De Gea wanting to go back to Spain. If Herrera dreams of going back to Spain, we're screwed. But I don't get that from him. I think he loves Manchester United, the fans, the club, and I think he loves playing for Mourinho. Mourinho has, unlike Van Gaal, you know, Van Gaal used to bench him here, there and everywhere. Mourinho has actually put a lot of faith in Herrera. He really likes him. And I can't see for the life of me Herrera leaving Manchester United. So take that as read. I don't think he's going to go. I think he's going to sign a new contract this summer. But I guarantee Barcelona would like him. And that's just a testament to how good he's been this year. And how well, you know, Mourinho giving him some confidence and playing him like the fans wanted him to be played under Van Gaal is. So I don't think it's a far-fetched deal. I think if Barcelona are looking to get rid of Neymar and Manchester United are interested, Barcelona would love Herrera. But I wouldn't do that deal. You know, Neymar would be fantastic at Manchester United, but he's probably coming for the money. Some things are more important than that. And Ander Herrera wearing a Manchester United shirt for the next 3 years is more important because he gets what we're all about. And he's winning trophies now. And that experience, again, is immeasurable. Antoine Griezmann update. Antoine Griezmann update is this. As we said last night on the show, a bit of a U-turn, saying that he's looking forward to pre-season training with Atletico Madrid. But Pogba did the hotline bling, which is obviously Griezmann's celebration, and he said next season on his Instagram. It's going to happen. It is going to happen. As I said last night, I'm 95% sure. I think the comments from Griezmann at the start of the week about 6 out of 10 were stunning and encouraging. We've now got Champions League football. There's no reason for this deal not to be done. We can afford it. We want him. We need a superstar number 7. We need somebody clinical. It will happen. I think it'll happen in the next week, to be honest. So keep your ears to the ground on that one. De Gea will not stay at, I don't think. As I said, very, very quickly, I think he's going back to Spain because he wants to go back to Spain to start a family. Real Madrid want him. He nearly went there 2 years ago. And I think, to be honest, if I'm blunt, I think Mourinho didn't play him in the final because he knows he's going. Bit of a punishment, bit of, you know, whatever, but it didn't work. I think De Gea will go. And that's sad because we'll have to sign a goalkeeper, I believe. Lindelof is a player that Manchester United are interested in, centre-back for Benfica. We very nearly signed him in January. Some people think that it was put back because the deal couldn't get done till the summer, and it will happen this summer. So I wouldn't be surprised if it did. 22 years of age, just over 6 foot. I think he's 6'2", centre-back, plays for Sweden. Can play right-back. Very, very, you know, hard-working, strong. You know, I'd probably take Lindelof over Michael Keane, to be honest. But Roma are interested. Now, Roma have got Manolas. So, is there something in that? I don't know. Just keep your eye on it. Maybe Lindelof to Roma, Manolas to... Well, I think Manolas is going to Inter, to be honest. So, it wouldn't benefit us. I obviously would like Manolas from Roma. Greek centre-back, very, very good in the air. And Bruma at Galatasaray, who I spoke to you about last week as our sort of left field signing. He is actually a left winger as well. At Galatasaray, Portuguese, young, quick, very, very quick and skillful winger. He's had a good season at Galatasaray, but there's been a bit of a fallout. Apparently, he's going to sign for Red Bull Leipzig in Germany, the team that's done very, very well there. They were actually top of Bundesliga for a little bit, but obviously Bayern swept through with as they always do. But apparently Bruma will be going to RB Leipzig, and all I'd say about that is it's a bit like Embolo went there last summer, and I quite liked the idea of his signing Embolo, and he did get a bad knee injury, so he's not really played much this season. Belgian forward, young lad, but again, it's another young player that I think would be good for Manchester United that's going to Leipzig, who'll probably pay about 5 million for him, but if we wanted him, we'd pay 55 million. But I quite like the look of him. Portuguese link with Mourinho, fast, skillful. I think Manchester United, as I said on the show last night, we need 3 positions. If you watch us in the Europa League final, there's 3 positions we need that will make us a better attacking side, because we didn't really create much in that final, but defensively we were superb. The Fellaini position needs to be somebody who can actually, you know, create. The number 9 where Rashford plays needs to be more experienced and put the ball in the back of the net, and Rashford needs to learn a little bit more over the next year or two. And also, either Mata or Mkhitaryan, one of those positions needs to be somebody who's quick and can skin their man. Three positions like that, and I think we will become a challenging team for the Premier League. So yeah, I mean, look, if that thing in the BBC is true, that we're only going to sign 3 or 4, I really hope that Michael Keane's not one of the 3 or 4. Nothing against him. United lad, love to come back, good centre-back, but I don't see him being the next best English centre-back of the next 10 years. And I think we need the top class centre-back to come in and play with Bailly. And I think Michael Keane probably doesn't offer as much more than somebody like Chris Smalling does, and certainly not Rojo does. So I just don't see him as a first-team Manchester United player. As somebody said last night, Ben Gibson's better at Middlesbrough, and Van Dijk is way better. So I hope that we're not in for him to be our first-choice centre-back. Griezmann will happen. And who the other two would be, I don't know. I mean, if we're only signing 3 or 4, it might mean that not many are going out the door, which would surprise me. I think Mourinho this season will have seen that he's been let down by a lot of players, and he needs to make changes. I mean, he's had a fantastic season to come out of that with the Europa League and Champions League football. I don't think he can rely on this squad in general next year. We've got Pereira coming back. Would he be mad enough to give Januzaj a chance? A player who's not even good enough for relegated Sunderland. I've seen a few of you saying you'd like to give Januzaj a chance. I mean, I've seen him under Van Gaal in the last 2 years be given 4 Premier Leagues games in a row twice in both seasons and do next to nothing. I think he's had his chance at United. I would sell him. I think it's a waste of time. I think he'll give Januzaj a chance, and he'll just be another letdown player like Memphis. So I would get rid of him. I think we need, I'll be amazed if Mourinho doesn't bring in 4 or 5 or 6, because I think we do need that. I think we've had a good season this year, but we need to be more creative, and he hasn't really got the players to do that at the moment. So massively interested. Give us your thoughts. I mean, for me, I think the big one is, would you be interested in a Neymar Herrera deal? I mean, obviously we'd have to give him a load of money as well, but look, Neymar potentially one of the best players in the world. Herrera not I admit, not the best midfielder in the world, but you can't buy what Herrera brings to Manchester United. He gets it. He knows what this badge on our chest is all about, and he gets it. And there aren't that many players around there like that now. I mean, I would talk about Herrera as a future captain for United, so I wouldn't sell him for anything. I wouldn't. And we need to get him pinned down in a contract. It's 2018. Why have we let it go down to a year left? I don't understand that. I really don't understand that at all. But maybe there's a verbal agreement that the deal will just get sorted out in the summer, which I'm sure it will do. But he needs to be on a long-term contract ASAP. I mean, that would be one of the signings of the summer for United, because it's not all about signing players; it's about getting people onto new contracts as well. Thanks everybody for watching. Nearly lost my voice there. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Thanks everyone for watching, and get commenting below. I'm sure the old Neymar Herrera thing will create a little bit of a debate, so over to you lot, get commenting below. And remember, tonight we're live at 8:30 as per usual. I shall see you then, and thanks everyone for watching. Oh, and if people do like FIFA, I know not everyone does, just type in, after you've dropped a like and left your comment, type in Mark Goldbridge in the video search for YouTube. You'll find my channel. Hit a subscribe on that. At 5 o'clock tonight, sorry, 5:30 tonight, I'm going live with my FIFA 17 career mode. I'm 6 months ahead of now, so it's January in my season of the second season, and currently fighting for the title, which is, I think, what Manchester United will do. But you'll see, I've not gone mad. I've got Griezmann in my team, and a lot of the players are still the players that we've got now. There's about 4 signings, quite interestingly, and now we are in that summer. So give it a watch tonight at 5:30. If you've not been watching it, there's a few episodes you can go and watch. So thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you all later.